Before we get started with showing you some creative demonstrations of the fun and exciting new products that we just released, I just wanted to say thank you for being part of the Heartfelt Creations crafting family. Together we're making a difference in the lives of crafters all around the globe through bringing you these beautiful crafting projects and also making a difference in the extreme lives of the extreme poor. So just wanted to say thank you for being part of our crafting family. So are you ready to dig in and get started? Now Black Friday is a very fun occasion for everybody here at Heartfelt Creations and crafters all around the globe, because we really focus on bringing you some kind of out-of-the-box creative goodies that will make your crafting easy, fun, and add some versatility into crafting. Today we're releasing and debuting the circle fold cards with coordinating dies. Now what does that mean for you? So we're going to get a close-up. We're going to walk through some demonstrations, just spend some time getting close-up looks of what you can really do with these beautiful dies. Now let's face it, you and I as crafters don't want to spend all that time cutting out those circle-based cards. We want to spend time doing the fun part, which is cutting out and decorating that card, right? So that's when we also some companion dies that will allow you to create with these. So to get started, I am going to show you just the base of the circle cards first, so you can see what you're getting with that. So these card bases come in packs of 6 pieces. So when you purchase yours, there's 6 of the same kind in one pack. So this is the 6x6 round bifold card white, which is what we're going to demonstrate first. And when you receive yours, what you're going to open up is you're going to have this beautiful folded card, and I can't wait to show how you can create cards in a flash for all occasions. From Christmas, sympathy, thinking of you, happy birthday. You can do those beautiful scene cards to celebrate the guys in your life. We get lots of requests for those. So there's 6 of these cards in one pack. So that's what we're going to go through first. We also have what we call the 6x6 swing fold card, and these are all white card bases. Now this one is, you have the 6x6 base attached with a circle, so that would be this card base right here. And this one you'll see used so many different ways, from pockets to windows to all sorts of creative goodness. So with these, the creative imagination goes wild. I can't wait to see what you create. This card is fantastic, very versatile. I'm going to pull this out so you can see what the base looks like. So you open it up and you have your 6x6 piece in the middle, and then you have these side folds that you can fold multiple ways. You can die cut into them. You can have lots of fun with that. So again, there's 6 cards per pack. So when you're purchasing these on Black Friday, you can get everything we launched with one click of a button in what we call our Black Friday I Want It All, which saves you 20%, which is a crazy amazing value for you if you love everything that you're seeing. Let's face it, let's not have that buyer's regret of being like, oh, I just picked pieces, and then later on like, oh my gosh, why didn't I get this? So you can save the 20% by getting everything that we're launching today with one click of a button in the Black Friday I Want It All. So you can just click in the links below to have access to that. So this is the 6x6 interlocking fold card. This one is really fun. There's 6 pieces, and these fold in the flaps. And we'll go through these piece by piece, because right now it might be kind of like, okay, I see what you're saying, but this, what the heck is it? So you can, this has 4 foldable flaps. You can do lots of fun things with that. So it's like a interchangeable interlocking fold card. And that one is super stunning. I think it's very elegant, like for weddings, all sorts of fun things like that. But you can open this up, see how beautifully you can decorate that on the inside. So that has those 4 folds, and you'll see many variations of that today. So this is a 6x6 concept that will allow you to create those beautiful cards very quickly. So to get started, we're going to create with the rounded sunlight window die. That is the basic starter die within this set. It comes with 9 pieces. The more pieces in a set, what that really means for you is more versatility. Isn't that cool? So that means there's going to be a big, large circle cut out that's plain, that has that basic circle in it. And then there's interchangeable windows that you can cut. So these are window pieces, so you can choose how you want to layer them, to cut them out. And before we just really get started with that, I just wanted to show you like this card base. Here's a different one where you have that fold and open like this. You could just do a cut in the middle. So you have that in the side, you have that on this side. So you can use parts of the window, you can use full windows, lots of variation just based on how you layer and cut those pieces out. So on this side, you'll see the same thing. You have some hinged eyes. I'm going to show you those in a little bit as well. Okay, so to get started, if you are using the rounded sunlight window die, this is the one that creates those beautiful window scenes the easy way. You're going to take, there's a half circle in here for both sides. So I already taped down the one side. Now we're just going to focus on positioning the opposite side. You could totally just cut out one side of a window and have this side left open for just flower placement, whatever you decide. So anytime you're doing this, just work with whatever you prefer. So you can go ahead and tape this down as you're positioning it. I kind of like to lay all my dies in first. It's kind of like placing a little puzzle piece together. So once you have them laying in there, then you can kind of move them around and just make sure that it's positioned correctly, it's centered. So I'll do the top piece, we'll go back, we'll do the tape together the bottom piece, and then we'll tape the center as well. So it's totally up to you how many pieces you want to utilize. But if you're trying to create a window similar to this one, this is the steps you want to take when creating this. So there are 2 window styles in here. You've got the rounded window, and then you've got the window that is more square. Now, in this packet, you get 2 what I call half moon shapes, but you get 1 set of this. So if you're doing this at home, you want the same piece on each side, you would have to run it through 2 times to get the effect I have, or if you want to buy 2 of these dies, you'll have 2 sets that you can do everything at once if you're concerned about using time-saving techniques. So totally up to you. So now we're going to run this through the machine. Now these dies are designed that they are a full 6x6. So if you have a 6-inch plate with your machine, it will fit, but it will be a tight squeeze. So just make sure you put that into your machine and just kind of like squeeze those plates in. Make sure the paper's not much wider than the die, so it fits very well, which will be helpful for you. That just slipped right up. It's still stuck in there. So you've got that beautifully cut out. Now when you're running it through, sometimes I find since the die is so wide that I need to rotate it because my plates at the very edge were not quite covering that one with the way I had positioned it. So I'm just going to pop that in and run that through one more time. So I basically just rotated that circle on my plates to make sure that everything's getting the pressure all the way around. If you have a large machine that has the 8.5 by 11 plates, that's just super easy. You have more space. But I just wanted to send it through a small machine so you can see how that works for you. So we're going to pull this out, and we have lots of fun pieces. Okay, so we have these gold pieces. Now, if you're looking at these gold pieces and you're like, oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. For Black Friday, we also are coming out with a gold luxe cardstock. This is something I find is pretty hard to pick up, and I've always had some issues finding a good quality one that I loved. So we really wanted to bring that with you as a special edition of Black Friday. So with the Luxe cardstock, you'll see that featured on a lot of the cards that we are showing today. One package includes 12 sheets. The sheets are 8.5 by 11, and it's 95 pounds or 257 GSM. So it's beautiful for your decorative dies, your windows, and statement pieces. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to layer this onto a card front panel, and that will allow you to create a beautiful, quick, and easy card. Now, when I'm creating this, we wanted something that allows you to really make cards in a flash. Now, just imagine, I know so many of you say, hey, Emily, I love the papers. They're so hard to cut out, and I just don't know where to cut into them and all that good stuff. So one thing that we did for Black Friday is we came out with a special paper collection called the Window Scenes Paper Collection. And it's completely filled with 6x6 images from various paper collections that we've released over the past couple of years. So all you need to do is cut apart those 6x6 panels, and you can cut out the circle, you can layer it on these 6x6 cards. It's super easy to create that scene. So kind of keep an eye out for that as I'm going through and showing you the samples. So for this circle card that I'm creating, there's different styles that I've done. So like for this one, this is the same card that I'm doing right now. The only difference is I did it on white cardstock versus gold. So you can see on the inside you have that beautiful scene. This is from a 6x6 within the Window Scene Paper Collection, which just launched this morning to everybody. Let me find that one in my stack. Here we go. So that one has beautiful collections of 6x6. Now these are your basics, which is kind of your wood grain patterns. And then it goes into kind of like some springtime scenes, some of those beautiful, beautiful iconic ones that you've seen in your paper collection. There's some lush lilac scenes in here. There's some of the little cherry retreat, pansies, asters, some of the vintage rose. We've got some different rose collections, and then even the Woodsy Wonderland. These are beautiful for scenes for guide cards. And then you've got the little cheery scenes with this one as well. So this is the one that I used on the card I'm showing at the moment. So we cut out different pieces using the circle die that is on the outside of the rounded sunlight window die that coordinates with the circles that you have in these card bases. So all you need to do to get started is you have your circle card. You could have this card going lots of different directions. You could fold this in, you could do this. You can use this as a stand-up platform like that. You can also, there's just lots of different ways. You can also have it as a side stand-up card if you wanted to. Have fun with it. There's lots of great creative ways to use it. So I already cut out a circle scene. We are going to create a card that would be positioned like this. So all you need to do is, after you have cut out your circle scene, is go ahead and glue that to your card base. And just make sure that that is positioned in the center. Sometimes if I'm cutting out a 6x6 circle and I've trimmed out the paper exactly to 6x6, sometimes if I don't line up my die right, there might be a little bit of a chopped off edge. I wouldn't worry about that, because when you go ahead and layer your window die on top, that's perfectly rounded, so you won't notice that. So don't worry about that. Just for the sake of time, I'm not punching out all my little decorative pieces that need to be pop-outs, but I definitely do that if I were you at home. So tell me what you're loving most about the Black Friday launch. You can share your comments with us on Facebook. We absolutely love hearing from you. I can't wait to see what you create. So with our Black Friday launch today, we have lots of fun things, so stay tuned. We're going to do 3 demos. We're going to show you lots of card samples from design team members all around the globe. Plus, we'll be sharing some exclusive savings that are only today on Black Friday. So I can't wait for you to take advantage as a special bonus for getting these new goodies. So I had here they are. Okay, so one of the things that we thought would be a great companion to the launch today was the window hinges. Now the window hinges, these are basically like layered like latches and like little hooks that you can add to your windows. You can use them by themselves. You'll see that a lot on this card right here. So you can use this kind of as a decorative piece. You can use it to latch the window if it's coming in from the side. You could have that open up from the inside. So those hinges are really fun accent pieces. If you just use one cutout window here, you can use more of those hinges. So as we go through this, just make sure you kind of watch out for some of those hinges and how we use them. This is another great way. This is from the bifold, hang on a second. This is from the swing fold card set. And that one, I loved how the circle was coming down from the top of the card base. And so you have that setting. So here you have that scene in the back. You can just open this up and it just kind of opens it up to just a little wonderland. Isn't that fun? And that's all colored. It's all done for you. So it looks like you spent so much time creating beautiful cards that are still simple and stunning. On this side, notice that this was just kind of run through with the embossing technique versus cutting it out completely. So you could do that too. Two completely different looks just based on, sorry about the glare there, just based on how you put those together. So lots of fun. Now you can hinge this window from the center, so you have it opening from the sides if you want, or you could be hinging it from the outer edges. Today I'm going to hinge it from the center. So when I do that, I just lay my card flat. I'll lay these pieces in the middle. And then we're going to go ahead and just take these hinge pieces and just kind of add that glue to the middle. These hinges are really beautifully designed. They really have a very ornate look. If you do them in multiple colors, you can even layer them on top of each other. So it adds an extra fun touch. I think they would be beautiful even paired with some sentiments on a card as an accent when you're just doing kind of like a little focal point. So there you've got your window. I would let that dry, but what we just did is the exact same. And then you can fold this up. You can decorate that inside card. But with what we just did, you can then add your accents of flowers in the center if you want. I just did little bitty flowers on the side, totally up to you. And you can create that beautiful scene. This one is the swing fold card set. So that just opens up. Then you've got your beautiful scene on the inside. These are all 6x6 from the window scene collection. It's totally up to you if you also want to decorate the back. So you could add photos. You could add little just fun memories for the friend that you're giving it to. Make it really personalized. This one, I decorated the inside like this. And then you can set it up like an easel. So that's a really fun way to use that. So that is one way to use the window. I can't wait to share more inspiration. Before we show some more card samples, what we're going to do is we're going to shift gears a little bit and show you how to use one of the other dies. And that is the rounded eyelet window die. So all of these dies work together, and I highly recommend if you're seeing these window dies, these decorative dies, these circles, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can see myself using this over and over. It's like one of those basic tools in your toolbox that will help your cards come together quickly. In fact, these are going to be basic essentials we'll be featuring a lot. Come January, I'm going to be teaching an online class that will be online for registration this upcoming Monday. So make sure you register for that. We're going to go in depth with so many versatile ways to really use these dies for all occasions. I can't wait to share more in depth with that. So to get started with the rounded eyelet window die, this one is a great addition to the core that we were just talking about, which is the rounded sunlight window. So this has that main circle die in it. This die has the scallop that I used on the outer edge here. And then it has two other pieces So it has a total of 5 pieces in this one, and you can see the details of that more. Actually, you know what? Let me just open this up so you can slide this down so you can see that just a little bit better. There's a strip in the center. So you have those pieces that you can utilize. And then there's a loose die. It's kind of like a half moon in here too. And this piece, so you've got multiple different ways that you can use those very easily, just based on how you layer them. So this is my kind of what I call my hero from this set. So we've got different layers, we've got different cuts with this one. Super elegant, very fun to use. I'm just going to share a very basic technique with this one. So when you're creating this card is very fancy. It makes a statement, yet you don't have to spend that much time creating it. It's done for you because you're buying that card base that's already designed, which is amazing. So 6x6 shutterfold card white. You get 6 pieces of that. These will all be 6x6 in size when it's all folded for you. So with this one, when you're creating it, you could do different styles, different pieces, different cutouts with that, based on how you layer it. But for this one, all I did is I used the outer edge. I used the kind of that eyelet piece, and you'll just layer that together. Just make sure that it is positioned. And you could use this die with or without this edge. And as we go through some of the loose samples I'll be showing you in a little bit, you'll notice how we actually use that center piece just to cut out some of the flaps of the actual card bases. So you can also cut into the card bases, which is a lot of fun too. So it's really super fun to see all the versatility with that. So you have that all cut out, you pop it out, you'll take your pieces. Let me just use, if you're doing decorative dies, I'll just do this as a tip real quick in case you haven't seen this before. I like to use my molding mat. This is the tool-in-one, and just go back and forth, back and forth. I'm not going to get all of them out. I'm just going to do kind of quickly. That's what I do with my intricate dies. And then once you're finished with that, you have that half moon shape that is also within that die that you can use separately. And you can cut out your decorative pieces. So what you would do is just glue this down first, and then once you have all the pieces popped out, you could use 3D foam dots. You could use, you could just glue it directly down together. That's what I did on this side already. I glued that down. Then I just cut out one of those 6x6 panels and layered it on the inside. So you can make it as elaborate as you want, or you can keep it pretty simple. Like this one, I didn't just do the inside panels, I also added like the lace on the side. I opened it up. You could do both sides. I just chose to do one side here, so that is an easy way to use that one. So with that, I wanted to show just a couple different ways that this die has been used. So within the die, you could cut out a piece like this, which is using the outer circle, and then this piece just 2 times, and that makes a beautiful background piece. So that is a way you can use it. You could also utilize this just with this half moon shape cut out here. Let's lay this on a piece of paper so we have a visual of how beautiful this could look. These are more scenic. I would probably go for more something floralish. Well, we could use the backs of this if you wanted to. Let's see, just imagine you could stamp a little sentiment, add a couple flowers that you've already done. You could add some of your hinges as accents. You could even like hinge this so that it's kind of like a little basket. You could hinge it so that you can lift it up. Fun things. My imagination is continuing to grow as I'm demoing, so I hope yours is too. Here, this is just a bit kind of using a card base with variations of how it cuts. So this is the one eyelet piece on gold, and then we have the background piece just in pink. This is a different die here, so there's some variations of dies used in here. Here's that circle in purple. Here's just half. This one is extremely luxurious in the gold, which is really fun. And we'll be showing this other die in just a little bit. So I'll put that to the side for a second. This is something I wanted to point out. So with this card base, you know, you saw kind of the obvious thing that you can do with it, but if you kind of use your creative imagination, you're going to be able to use this card base many different ways. And on this card, it's an envelope with a pocket. So you've got the beautiful hinge in the center, and then you've got this pocket that is like an envelope that you can actually use as an envelope up here. So that is glued together. Sorry, I told you the wrong card here. This is, you could do this partially with this one, but this is the one with the 4 flaps, the interlocking fold card. So that has all 4 flaps all the way around. That's the one. I'm getting you confused. I'm so sorry about that. And then this is actually made into a pocket down here where you can just lift this up. So this is again using the beautiful dies from the rounded eyelet window die set. Lots of versatility, lots of fun with this. So once again, this is the card base for the interlocking fold card white, which is actually the one we will be getting into showing you in just a little bit. Before we get into that, I just wanted to share real quickly just a couple things about Black Friday. So whether you are new or you are one of our loyal crafters that has been part of the Heartfelt Creations crafting family, just wanted to go over some of the basics of what's happening today so you don't miss out on anything. So when you click on the Black Friday banners or the links below, what that will do is it will take you to a page where you can buy everything that I'm showing with the cards, the 5 dies that I have. So you'll get all 5 of these dies. You'll get a pack of the Luxe cardstock. The details are also in the Black Friday I Want It All, what all you get. And you'll get the Window Scenes paper collection. So with that, you save a total of 20%, which is an incredible value for you. That is a Black Friday savings only for today. And when you're making your purchase, one thing that we've done is we've done a doorbuster special as well. And what that means is when you spend $100, you also get a free paper pad of your choice. So make sure that if your cart total is over $100, you add another paper, whichever paper you love, of your choice into the cart, and you're going to get that one for completely free. That's a Black Friday bonus as a thank you for shopping with us today and for being part of our crafting family. Now, one of the things that we hear quite a lot throughout the year is, oh my goodness, I'm so sad that so-and-so paper retired and all that stuff. So for the first time ever, we've brought back 3 paper pads that are our crafters' favorites. These paper pads have been on the top of the list of being requested. Now, we did a reprint. We've never done this before. We did a reprint of 3 of the top requested paper pads, and we are launching them. They are in a bundle by themselves if you want all 3, or you can buy them individually, whichever one you want. But the catch with those is this. If you see these papers and you love them, you want to make sure you stock up on them because we did 1 reprint. Once they're gone, they're gone. And we believe that we're going to have a pretty quick sellout of those. The first one is the Classic Sunflower Collection. If you have this one, the Stamp and Die, stock up on it. You won't regret it. If you don't have this Stamp and Die is still available, but this paper collection has been highly requested and has been one of our paper crafters' top favorites. So this one is back as for a limited time. We just did 1 reprint. Once that is gone, that one is gone again. The second one is the Raindrops on Roses. The Raindrops on Roses is the Rose Stamp and Die is one of our top sellers. But the Raindrops on Roses paper pad was a crafter's favorite as well. This one has more vintage hues. It's really beautiful in the purples, very elegant, kind of a Victorian style. So as you're going through, you're taking advantage of the Black Friday savings, the Black Friday new products. Make sure that you scoop up all of the papers you want for these. The last paper pad that is a retired paper pad that we did a reprint of is the Peacock Paisley. This one is a crafter's favorite. With It's bright, it's vibrant, it's fun. It just really makes an incredible statement when you're using these. So make sure that you grab these. You can get them in a bundle of each one of them in a pack where you get one of each. You save 15%, or you can just stock up on them individually. You can use them as part of your free doorbuster paper pad, however you want to do that. So we're going to dive back into doing one more demo, and then I have oodles of samples from our design team members that bring you weekly inspiration. They have been working incredibly hard behind the scenes to bring you amazing ways of different things that you can do with these, and I'm so excited to share with you. But before we do that, we're going to look at the die that we have not featured, that I haven't demoed yet. There's actually two more. I'm going to show you the rounded lattice window. The rounded lattice window is very unique in its design. This has 4 pieces, so you have some decorative edges that go around this. You could even pair this with some of the other dies that I just showed you. But you'll see these patterns. They coordinate, but they go opposite directions. And you'll see why that is in just a little bit. So this one works beautifully on any fold card that has kind of that half fold. So what we're going to do is, this is the interlocking fold card in white, and all you'd need to do to create this type of card base is, again, put those 2 pieces on your gold cardstock, run that through, cut it out, and layer that. So you would go ahead, put this half circle on first, layer this piece on top, and you have a card base that is already decorated. So you have this beautiful piece that is all decorated. You can have it going different direction. Now this is the other design, but with this one, you'll see if you pair it together with those, you can have those go opposite ways, and then this comes in and it all flows well together. So this card is a really fun way to create with yours. You can do the fold out. We've got different samples of how you can use that die on some of the different card bases. Here it was cut out into the actual card base, so that creates a sheer kind of lattice type of work. Here you've got the gold hinges. Here you have a pocket on this side. So you really get a lot of variations with that. So that die is an incredible basics die that you can create with. That's really fun, very versatile. And then this one is the die that is like, I call it the frosting on the cake. It's like the decorated piece. It's the rounded window frame die. You can use the largest piece to go around the base like you see here. You can do really beautiful doily pieces with this as well. So this one has a total of 4 pieces. This is just doing the card base, just showing kind of some different cut styles together. So it gives you a basic idea of just different styles. And then we'll pull up the cards so you can see more variations with that. So we're going to clear off our table. Before I do that, I just want to show you again what you get in the Black Friday I Want It All. So you get the window scene paper pad. So you get all those 6x6 papers. That will make it very easy for you to create those, decorate those card bases. You get all 4 of the window dies that I just showed you, plus the hinges. So you have everything you need to make that I've showed you. Plus you'll get 1 of each packet of the cards. That's a total of 6 times 4, 24 cards just in this stack right here. And then you'll also get a packet of the Luxe Gold cardstock. Christmas is coming up. I would highly recommend getting another pack or 2 of this so you don't run out. This is amazing with Christmas colors. So we're going to pull up some baskets with lots of samples to really show you some beautiful ways that you can use these. So this is the fun part about doing a longer recording, is just the fact that you can see more different ways to create with these. So we're going to get some close-ups. I'm going to push this back a little bit so we have more space to show you what you can do. So this is that let me bring up the dies that I'm, this section features more of the rounded sunlight window die. So you've got that card base, it opens up with all those 6x6 designs on there. So that's a really pretty way. You can fold that different ways. You could fold that up and in. Here's another one with, if you love to do those beautiful dimensional flowers, this is coming in from the side. You've got another circle just glued on this paper, and it's just beautifully decorated. Just look at that. Isn't that just stunning? It just makes me think that springtime is just around the corner, even though winter is just getting ready to start, right? So you have those windows on the side. This is more your deep burgundy colors, your kind of your vintage colors. Here's that doily, so you can do kind of like a belly band, and then you have the windows on the sides. Isn't that fun? And we have that beautiful window accent in the center with the gold pieces. This is the aster. You can do clear cardstock with it as well. So lots of ways to create with these to get stunning effects. And then this is the window. You could do different effects with this one. You could have, isn't that cool? I just love how these all come together. Okay, Christmas. We were talking about Christmas a little bit. The next die that I'm really featuring on the next cards is the rounded eyelet window die. I love this. This is so rich in color. Isn't that just stunning? That is using the rounded eyelet window die. Just using the circle. Here's a pocket in there. Super, super stunning. Love how that comes out. Here you've got another variation of that just cut out back here, and then more of a solid, and then those flowers. So on the blog today, there's going to be many different written instructions of these cards as well, and through the month of December. And if you are looking for more in-depth with this, like you're buying all these products, you love our online classes. On Monday, we're going to launch an online class that you can register for that will go more in depth on many different ways that you can create with these. So this one has, isn't that just stunning? I love how that comes out. You've got your pocket in the center. This one's almost feels like a book because it's so solid. It's so beautiful. Here you've got it in the lavenders. So just keep in mind, these papers are super easy to put on if you have that window scene paper collection. There you have that beautiful doily. You just have this accent in the background to the same style. Add your flowers in the center. Very similar technique with this one. Isn't that stunning? Super, super cool. So those are the ones for this, for those two dies, and then we have another basket completely filled with the other dies. Isn't it fun? It's like a card maker's heaven in here, right? So the next one that I'm going to be showing is the card samples that we created with the rounded lattice window. Let me bring this down. There you can see it. Cool. So you've got the rounded lattice window. This one was done on the folio. So here you have different colors, which really highlights that. You've got that die on the circle. Here there is a ribbon threaded through the center. Oh, this one is just amazing. Like, just look at that. Like, can you imagine that sitting on a shelf? It's so stunning. Here's that doily with a lattice belly band. You've got this rounded lattice window die in the back. Here it is in white, super elegant. This reminds me more of a wedding card. If you space it, you've got room for a sentiment in the center. Then on this one, you've got the aster. You've got that little sentiment in the center, so that really adds a very fun effect to it. All decked out. This one has another belly band in here. And then what I love about this is this was cutting into that fourfold card all the way, every flap, so it is actually see-through and it is actually open. You definitely need a big machine to be able to do this one, but that is an awesome way to create with those. So you've got many fun ways. That doily, do you see how fun that is? That's just magnetized on to the folio card, and then you can pop the folio card open, bring that back down. And here's one in blues. Many different color schemes get completely different looks. Blue and gold is stunning. And then we've got one that's more of your kind of fall with a little chipmunks in there. Here's a little Christmas box where we just glued that folio card onto an actual little box. So that's something to think about if you want to use it as like a Christmas gift. So totally up to you. And then the doily. I can't wait to show you the card samples for that. The rounded window frame die is really, really pretty. Lots of different ways that was just used, layering onto those circular card bases in different colors. Here is one of those dies just cut out and popped on top as a pocket. You've got it as a stand-up card. So, so pretty. This one, I love how they use the actual card base. Let me show you this card base. So it is the swing fold card in white. So you've got the circle on the top, but then they glued the actual card base together and made this into like a pocket. So that's really pretty how that got coordinated. So you've got this beautiful doily piece in here. Stunning. This one was done in the lavenders and aquas, just layering those circles on top of each other. You can see how quickly and easily this really makes those beautiful, stunning cards. And what I love about it is whether you're an advanced crafter or you're just someone starting out, this just takes your crafting to a whole new level without spending tons of time. Because let's face it, oftentimes we have lots of things to do, lots of places to go, and you need that quick and easy card, but you still want something that looks like you spend a lot of time. So that's just like a masculine scene inside that center frame. Here you've got it all decked out. So you can keep it as simple or as extravagant as you like. So it's totally up to you how you choose to create with yours. And then this is last but not least a beautiful fuchsia card. This one has the centerpiece, so this is the 3 circle card, just folded in half, and that creates a nice easel card for you. Let's put this basket back so we have a little bit more room. We'll bring this up again. So you have that beautiful, beautiful basket. Not basket, the beautiful, beautiful trifold card that sets up like this. So that is a fun way to create with those. And here in the front, we have some more stunning card samples that you'll love that we don't want you to miss out on seeing. With these cards, the versatility from using these side folds. And the great thing is that card base is done for you. Now, I know some of you might be sitting there and being like, well, can I just do my own card base? You totally could if you wanted to spend the time cutting it. It really depends on whether you want to spend your time cutting the card base, risking maybe not lining it up properly and all that stuff, or if you want to have that done for you. Here it is just cut open in one side like we had been talking about, flowers on the opposite side, and then you open that to a beautiful, beautiful scene. So the last card I'm showing today is a very rich, rich gold, and just opens up. You've got those asters in the center, so you have lots of great ways to utilize these for all occasions. So once again, for Black Friday today, this is a special product launch that we've done. I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed your time with me today. If you do not have these products yet, hundreds of crafters have already ordered theirs. So make sure you take advantage of the special savings today. You can get all the cards, the dies, and that window scene paper, the Gold Luxe cardstock with one click of a button. Purchasing the Black Friday I Want It All, you save 20%. And hey, if you're a Platinum member, you save an additional 20%. If you don't know what that is, click on the Platinum links at the bottom of our website page, and I'll give you the information. You can sign up for that and then place your order. And as a part of our Black Friday debut, when you place a $100 order, you get to choose a paper pad of your choice for free. Just add it to the cart, and then make sure you don't miss out on those limited edition papers. If you love the classic sunflower, those beautiful raindrops on roses, or the Peacock Paisley collection. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful holiday weekend. I can't wait to see you next time. Share with us what you create on Facebook. Bye-bye.